have forgotten your login name, you can create new login information and will receive a new activation code from the practice. Unlike the password reset, this new code will not be automatically sent to your email address. For security purposes, the practice needs to verify your identity. The practice will be notified that you have requested a login reset and will contact you with the new activation code. You will not be able to log into your portal account until you have received the new activation code from the practice. To create new login information, click the Forgot Login Name link on the portal login page. Please note that if you still remember your login name and have only forgotten your password, you can click the Forgot Password link instead. This will automatically send a temporary password to your email address, so you won't have to wait to receive the new activation code from the practice. Requesting a login reset is very similar to the initial activation process. You will first need to enter your personal information. Enter your last name first, then your first name. Your date of birth will need to be entered in the correct format. Using the calendar icon will help ensure it's entered correctly. You will also need to provide an email address. Please use an email address you check often. It is also recommended that you use an email address only you have access to. Next, you will create your new login information. Your login name must be less than 12 characters in length. Your password must be more than 7 characters long. Your password is case sensitive, so make sure your caps lock is not on. Please be sure you are entering your password accurately so that both fields match. Once you have entered all your information, click Submit. If any of the information has been entered incorrectly or the new login name you created is already in use, you will be returned to the same page with a red error message. Once the form has been successfully completed, the practice will be notified that you have requested a login reset and will contact you with the new activation code you need to log in. Please remember that for security purposes, you will not be able to log in with the new information you created until you have received the new activation code from the practice. The new activation code is used to verify your identity and prevent someone from wrongly gaining access to your account. The practice may call you with the new activation code, or you may receive a login reset letter in the mail. Once you have received the new activation code, you can log in with the new information you created. Please note that even though you have received a new code, you do not need to click the Activate Patient Portal Account link. Since you already have an active portal account, you will log in just as you normally would, using the new information you created when requesting the login reset. Enter the new login name you created. Then, enter your new password. You will be required to answer one of your security questions in order to further verify your identity. Next, you will be prompted to enter the activation code you received from the practice. This activation code is case sensitive and needs to be entered exactly as it was given to you. Be sure your caps lock is not on and you are entering upper and lowercase characters correctly. Once you have successfully logged into your account, you will no longer need the activation code. If you forget your login information at a later time, a new code will be generated. If you are having difficulty resetting your login information, here are a few tips. If you are having difficulty submitting the form, verify that you have entered your date of birth in the correct format. Selecting the date from the calendar icon will ensure it's entered correctly. Also, make sure the email and password fields match. Keep in mind, you must already have an active portal account in order to request a login reset. If you have not activated your account or have never used the portal before, you will need to first receive an activation code from the practice and then use the Activate Patient Portal Account link on the portal login page to activate your account. If you are having trouble logging in after you have submitted the form, keep in mind that you will need to receive your new activation code from the practice before you can log in with the new information you created. Once you have received the new code, you will log in just as you normally would, and then, after answering a security question, you will be prompted to provide the activation code. Even though you have received a new activation code, you do not need to use the Activate Patient Portal account link since you have already activated your account. The new code is just used to verify your identity. When entering the activation code, keep in mind it is case sensitive and will need to be entered exactly as it was given to you. Make sure your caps lock is not on and you are entering upper and lowercase characters correctly. Lastly, if you have requested multiple login resets, you will need to use the most recent login name and password you created. Each time you request a login reset, a new activation code is generated and your previous login information is no longer valid. This concludes the video tutorial for resetting your login name. Thank you for using the Medent Patient Portal.